It's game day, and welcome to Cleveland, Ohio, where the Raptors will take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. We are inside the practice facility at Quicken Loans Arena. Sherman Hamilton along with Paul Jones. And Sherm, it's the defense that's been getting it done for Toronto. They've done a terrific job on Kyrie Irving. You got to give Terrence Ross some credit for that. Listen to these numbers. Kyrie Irving, normally a 45% field goal shooter, shooting under 40%, about 37% against the Raptors in 7 career games. I wonder what kind of formula Dwayne Casey's been cooking up.
Well, you and I have talked many times about the initial defender, the primary defender on the ball has to do their job so the help side and rotations can fill in behind. And I think Terrence Ross is doing a great job when it comes to Kyrie, chasing him off screens, doing a good job positionally in front of him, being active with his hands, making sure that he takes away passing lanes because Kyrie is such a good player. And also I think the energy and effort he's putting into contesting Kyrie and multiple efforts in terms of getting over screens and getting his feet in front and his body in front and using his length and athleticism. These are all elements of good individual defense, and he's picking it up. Having said that, there is a defensive game plan that's involved, and he's fulfilling his role, but his teammates behind him helping him on screen and rolls. They call it touching people when they come through the lane. Don't allow them to cut through without feeling you. There's a collective effort there, but I like the focus of Terrence Ross and the fact that he's consistently being that guy, and it's something that I think could be a big part of his future.
All right, well, the other part that is disturbing for Raptor fans is the start of games. The Raptors being outscored in February by about 3.5 points a game, shooting just under 44%. But the other side of the coin, Sherm, is they're picking it up in the third quarters, outscoring opponents by about 7 points, shooting a hair under 50%. And we've kind of beat it to death. But the starts, slow starts, and then coming on at the end, you can't continue to do that, though.
It's a dangerous way to live, Jonesy, and it's tough to really consistently give up big leads and then chase people down and then get over the hump. It takes a lot of energy. And I think for the Raptors, I've talked about this many times, I think you've got to control what you can control. Defensively, you can come out to a better start, bring the effort, stay consistent, and really throw the first punch on that end of the floor. But other side, the offensive end, it can be a bit more difficult to control. So focus on one thing, and hopefully you can balance out the rest.
All right, let's talk Canadian content for the Cavaliers. People were calling them at the beginning of the season the Cleveland Raptors, the Canadian Cavaliers. Anthony Bennett starting to play a little bit better, and Tristan Thompson, who's top 15 with 27 double-doubles this year.
I tell you what, Tristan has been an energy guy since he's gotten to the league, and I think I've said this many times, his career is going to be that long as he has the energy to play that kind of basketball. He's going to develop some things offensively. He's going to become a more rounded player, but that punch, that second effort, that aggression on the defensive end, getting on the glass, altering blocking shots, all those things are, I think, talents that a lot of teams in this league could use. And I think that he's got a great base. He's got that motor that everyone wants in a big fella. And Anthony Bennett, the fact is, yes, he had a rough start, but he hadn't played basketball for a long time. And the fact that now we're starting to see some of those skills that I think Cleveland saw in him, it's no surprise. But you just didn't want him to have to go through what he went through. But having said that, the fact that he's playing at this level now and he's picking it up and you're seeing the talent come through, you're seeing his ability to affect the game, I think the only thing you worry about is the residual effect from all the tongue lashings that he took over that time where he wasn't playing well. Hopefully that doesn't affect him for the rest of his career. Being a number 1 pick can have that lingering effect of not living up to expectation. Hopefully he forgets about that, continues the process of getting better. And I will say this, he has to have a major summer. He has to have a big summer in terms of staying in shape, not being hurt, and skill development. And I think he has the ability to be a quality player.
Well, Sherman, you hit the key word for me, and that's development. The fact that he was injured and he couldn't play. People develop at different rates. We think about our kids. They don't get their teeth at the same time. They don't walk at the same time. Everybody's on a different developmental schedule. In the month of February, though, Anthony Bennett, about 8 points, close to 6 rebounds a game, doing a better job picking it up. And interesting, when Tristan Thompson left the Air Canada Centre last Friday, he looked at me and he said, we'll be coming for those guys on Tuesday. Well, Tuesday's here. You can tune in to TSN to watch the game. Of course, we get you going with game day at 6:30. The game starts on TSN at 7 o'clock, on TSN 1050 on the radio side, also at 7.